Saints preseason kicks off right here on Fox 8, and 7 days of training camp in the books.
Here's Juan Kincaid with a recap.
And 7 seems to be the magic number for the black and gold today. Not only their preseason game 7 days away, but this morning they wrapped up that 7th practice of training camp. And because of the weather, the team went indoors for the first time during camp. And it was, as Sean Payton put it, the first day of red zone installation, which is an area that usually brings out the competitive juices in a player, which today's workout did. Payton's goal as they get closer to the August 10th opener in Cleveland is to ramp up the competition, make it as game-like as possible to hopefully get the right kind of reaction from his players.
It's hard to play this game, without the right enthusiasm and temperament. And even during the course of a game, there's momentum swings that you've got to be able to respond to. And I think, part of it is attitude and getting on to the next play and controlling what you can control once a play is taking place, make the corrections. But I thought the energy was good, and we've had some good competitive practices.
And we've got another training camp game plan coming your way tonight with former Saints linebacker Curtis Lofton. He'll be on set to join me with a number of camp topics, including that revolving door surrounding his former position. Again, game plans at 10:35 tonight on Fox 8. And coming up a bit later in sports, Chris Hagan will have a recap of today's 7th workout indoors.
Thank you, Juan. The Pro Football Hall of Fame honors a pair of Saints this week. Sean Fazan will have reports on those events happening in Canton, Ohio, starting tonight on Fox 8 News at 10. And while you're on the go, be sure to get updates from Canton by using our Fox 8 Final Play app.
The uptick in Saints news builds up to our extensive coverage of the team's first preseason game. Next Thursday, our pregame coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. The game starts at 7 right here on Fox 8. Stay tuned after the game for postgame coverage and Fox 8 News.
The Saints move their Sunday practice to a bigger venue to accommodate more black and gold fans.
The team will hold a practice under the lights of Tulane's Yeoman Stadium, just as they did in 2015. Gates will open at 6 p.m. for a session running from 7 to about 9. After, there will be a brief autograph session, and you don't need a ticket to get in or park on Tulane's campus.
Day 7, practice number 7 for the Saints, and had to be moved indoors because of Mother Nature. What else? But 4 walls on a roof couldn't corral the intensity. Chris Hagan was there.
Even indoors today, the Saints practice was every bit as intense as their outdoor days as the team went back to full pads and went to work inside the 20, where they've been one of the best teams in the league.
It was our first red zone install. I thought overall it was pretty good. I thought we had good energy. Obviously, coming back inside, there'll be a lot we can coach off of on this tape.
While the offense had their success at times in the red zone, the defense continued to ball hawk when Ken Crawley went up and snagged an interception off Chase Daniel. But once they got in space, we saw classic Drew Brees looking off as safety and delivering a perfect strike over the top to Corey Fuller for a touchdown. Then a little bit later, Brees did it again, this time going back shoulder to Ted Ginn Jr. in the end zone. The back-and-forth momentum shifts in practice are what Coach Payton calls good energy, as we're now within 1 week of their first preseason game.
Part of it is attitude and getting on to the next play and controlling what you can control once a play is taking place, make the corrections. But I thought the energy was good, and we've had some good competitive practices.
But also worth noting on the defensive side of the ball, still no Marshawn Lattimore today, as well as Delvin Breaux, who didn't participate in any individual drills or team drills. Reporting at the Saints practice facility in Metairie, Chris Hagan, Fox 8 Sports.
Thank you, Chris. We've got another training camp game plan coming your way later tonight. Former Saints linebacker Curtis Lofton will join me to discuss what's happening in camp thus far and what's still to come. Game plan at 10:35 tonight right here on Fox 8.
The Saints preseason just 7 days away now, but tonight the focus shifted away from the team.
2 franchise legends were honored at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Sean Fazan reports from Canton, Ohio.
We are here in Canton, Ohio, where pro football is set to welcome its newest class of Hall of Fame inductees. In this year's group, there's plenty of Saints flavor. Not only is kicker, the Great Dane, Morton Anderson, one of the inductees, but the stadium where the Hall of Fame game is being played right behind me is now known as the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. On a weekend where we honor some of the game's greats, 2 prominent black and gold members were a big part of Thursday's festivities. First was Morton Anderson, who at long last is a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Well, it was about time. It feels great. It feels great to be in this exclusive company, obviously, and I hope it moves the conversation forward on the position of the specialist.
The other, Saints owner Mr. Tom Benson, who donated $10 million to upgrade the stadium. Today, a statue honoring his commitment and generosity was officially unveiled.
I think Mr. Benson realizes and Mrs. Benson realize that the National Football League and the other 31 teams have been very good to him. And he wanted to do something to honor the legacy of the National Football League and honor the legacy of the Hall of Fame and would celebrate it here in Canton. And it really and truthfully, it couldn't be a better way.
And remember, this game had to be canceled last year due to poor field conditions. That should not be a problem any longer. From Canton, Ohio, I'm Sean Fazan for Fox 8 Sports.
Fox 8 is your home for all of the Saints preseason games. Just 1 week from today, see the team take on the Browns in Cleveland. Our pregame coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Then the game is on at 7. Stay tuned after for our postgame coverage and Fox 8 News.
Fox 8 Sports is brought to you by AutoSmart. Be smart, buy smart.
The more you can shine in training camp, the better your chances of carving out a spot on the team's opening day roster. It's been that right kind of motivation for rookie cornerback Marcus Williams. Garland Gillen has more.
This year's second-round pick, Marcus Williams, was expected to contribute early for the Saints, but picks like this can get him a starting job this fall.
It's like a dream come true, you know, going against one of the great quarterbacks. You know, it's just coming in and being able to, you know, adjust is something that you always look forward to doing, you know, as a rookie, really. So it's just about adjusting. I feel like I need to continue to be consistent and doing what I do.
You looked at his college numbers, he was probably the most productive safety coming out in regards to ball production, and I was encouraged. It was, it was a rep versus the ones. It's one of the things he does well is track locate. He's very smart, and we just got to keep giving him those reps.
Those reps and hanging out with veterans in the secondary have no doubt sped up his learning curve.
Slowing down quite a bit, just with the help from all the safeties, everybody and all the coaches. You know, they're all play a part in helping me learn the plays and, you know, be in a good position to make plays.
The Saints are back on the practice field tomorrow. There's bad weather in the area, so they could be back inside for a full padded practice. In Metairie, Garland Gillen, Fox 8 Sports.
Thank you, Garland. We've got another training camp game plan coming your way in just a few minutes. And joining me to break down things on the camp and what's to come and what's coming down the line, former Saint linebacker Curtis Lofton. Keep it here on Fox 8. Training camp game plan starts right after our newscast. Did you know, and of course you do, we've been talking about it all day, the Saints are well represented this weekend at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, along with enshrinee Morton Anderson. Owner Tom Benson was honored today at a ceremony marking the dedication of Tom Benson Stadium in Canton, Ohio, which will include a statue of Mr. Benson overlooking the field. The Saints and Pelicans owner made a $10 million donation 3 years ago to make the renovations possible.
Mr. Benson bought into it and said that's a great way that I can give back to the National Football League and honor the game that he loves so much. And so that's basically a genesis of how we find ourselves here today with the unveiling at the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium.